Hi to all my fans. Please, if you this video again, like I said, my all videos is about relationship and everything. This is about me. I know a lot of you have patience and watch this video before you say it's boring, but you want to move on to watch some drama. If you are a woman and you are a man and you are planning to get married or have a wife or husband one day, please do not change this. Listen to me. It might help you. And if you already married, please listen to me. Trust me. By the time I finish this video, you will say to yourself that thank God that you watched this. Believe me. And to most men and most women, please. This is about me. Once upon a time, I fall in love. In my whole life. What is called love, I raised in Africa, Ghana. And in my time, my mother or my father have never opened their mouth to say, we love you, son. Never. To me. And when I was in Africa, life was very tough and hard for me. So when I was in Africa, I picture myself coming here to stay with my mother and my father, to be happy. But unfortunately, when I got here, the picture that I pictured from Africa to come here, and the picture that my father have of his kids coming from Africa, and the money that they are sending to Africa all the time for the best education, we did not go to the best education. We were going to public school. After school, we have to sell stuff on the street, carry things. But anyways, I got here, and the education my father expected was not what I had or my sister had. So instead of us to receive love from them, when they find out about our education, they did not look at it and say, maybe because we left them and we came to Canada, this is what happened, that somebody else mistreated them for them not to get the education they wanted. But they look at it as, this is not good for us. So we're going to have to do everything we can for them to learn as soon as possible. And what happened is, they try to push everything in our head in a month or 2 or 3 than all the 14 years we spent by ourselves in a month or 2. Then it became a hatred, because we came here to meet our parents and be happy, but they came to force us to learn and push everything in a spot. I remember 1997. There was no computer like now. People had, but you have to have money or certain ways. And I remember we had a keyboard, but we didn't have a computer screen. Not even the monitor. We didn't even have the main computer and the screen. We only have the keyboard. And my father would sit me down in front of the computer on the keyboard for me to learn how to type. Well, I don't even know what I'm typing. And I will sit there looking at the book, typing. I don't even know if spaced out, even if it's spaced out. There's no screen. And my father will see me bored or dozing off, and I'll be getting slaps and beaten every day. And through that, I fall in love with somebody outside because I was so much abused in the house. And when I find a woman giving me attention that I wanted, because that's what I thought I was going to get, because I wasn't getting that in Africa. When I got here, the attention, I did not get it. So that woman gave me that attention outside. So I started to spend most of my time with that woman. Because that is what I wanted, I was looking for. And as time goes on, things went bad. And me and this woman stayed for a long time, years, expecting that things will work out. But unfortunately, my family feels like, why do I have so much love for her and not for the family? And I keep telling them, the love I have for her because she makes me feel okay, happy. So I go outside to get that happiness because I'm not getting it from you guys. But they still did not understand why we are your father and mother and you're not getting that. But I'm not getting it. Because I was being beaten in Africa, but in Canada, I was still getting the same licks in Canada. Time goes on, me and this woman try to make things work, but my family force it, and it did not work after 10 years. So she walked away. When a lady came into my life, this is what is important for you to hear. I hope that that woman will ever pop into this video one day and to know the truth. And please leave your comments. If you were a man and you have a heart like me and you understanding, you will leave your comments so she can read it to know that if I'm lying or I'm honest and I'm being faithful. And this is between me and God in heaven. And he can strike me if I am not being honest. This woman, I was in pain because of attachment that I have with the first one. And she stood beside me through everything, even when I wasn't even over that person. She kept me peacefully together until I was able to overcome that woman. And then I realized that I was in love with her now, but not that one. Because she gave me more protection now than the other one. Then I felt safe, because everything I want is protection and caring, and she gave me the protection and caring. So I stuck with her. To be honest with you, this girl gave me heaven. And when I got heaven, I did not even know I'm in heaven. Because I'm so used to hell that when I got heaven, I didn't know this is heaven. I still felt like, why can't I get that from my parents as a mother that brought me here, or a father? So my heart was still desiring from my father and my mother. Even when I have the woman, I was desiring from there too. But anyways, as time goes on, she gets fed up to certain points. Not 1 year, not 2 years. We went together for 11 years. I loved this woman from deeply from my heart. And any man that is watching this, please, I made a lot of mistakes in marriage. And I'm telling you, if you are married and you are happy, or you are not happy, and you love that person, number one, please, if you have kids, just Picture your kids not around you. How are you going to feel? Picture yourself being in prison and not be able to see your kids. How are you going to feel? Picture you seeing your kids growing and walking and talking while you are in prison. How are you going to feel? My everything now became my kids. And I had 2 girls with her. And the first one, I had 1 girl with her. But these 2 became attached to me. And I love them very much dearly. And I love their mother very much dearly. But me and her mother start to fall off. Because financial and situation coming in. So we forget each other and we keep focusing on financially. And I am a person too that I always want to give my wife everything she wants. So whatever that I have, I will always buy her things to make sure that she have it. But she was a good woman that those are not what she needed. She needed the heart. But I gave her everything. She had my heart. 100% she had my heart. But she did not have what I want, that I've been seeking for, is attention. And caring. That is what I'm seeking for my parents. But I am not able to give somebody the attention. But I was giving them everything. And it hurts that years and years I cheated on her because of attention that people or other women would give me. But I know deeply in my heart she was the one I chose to be with for the rest of my life. But I was addicted to the attention that I was getting. I know the drugs will kill me, but I was addicted to it. Sincerely, I met a woman and I became addicted to her attention. And it brought my whole family down to the gutter. And I am not proud of it to say this. The only reason why I'm here on my channel to tell you is that, please, if you are in love with a woman, please, when you walk in the mall with your wife, pay attention, or with your girlfriend. A lot of women will look at you and you will wish that, I wish today I was by myself in the mall. Because man, these chicks are looking at me and I'm with my girlfriend, man, I could have talked to them. But believe me, if you were by yourself in the mall, walking alone, no woman will look at you. They only look because what you have, they wish to have that. But because we are so stupid believing that they like us because it's what we have is what they like. And I did not notice that. I lost this woman. But honestly, me sitting here today is to be honest that I know we went through a lot of problems. Our first pregnancy was not good, and she was expecting the second one to be good. And the second one was worse than the first because of me. We both let financial situation came in. And the funny thing is, the girl that I started to date behind her, we moved from Montreal to Edmonton. I'm telling you guys the story to listen and give your opinion. And when I moved, the girl, I left her behind and come with my wife. But she helped me in so many ways, money, financially. So when I came here, I bought a house. And when I bought a house, the house was supposed to be me and my mother to stay in it with my wife. But unfortunately, my mother decided that once she told me, buy this house and it will help you, I bought the house. When I bought the house, she wanted things her way. And I said, no, I have a wife. It's my wife's way. So she decided not to stay with us. So she walked away. Now, the price I bought the house, I have to pay this house with my wife. While I was thinking is me and my mother and my wife will pay for it. Me and my wife end up have to be alone to pay for the house. Another financial problem, bigger one. And we did not want to lose. So the girl that I was seeing, me and her cut our relationship. It was done. But she said, since the fact that you are able to move to Edmonton and you are able to make it in so quick, help me to move there, because even Montreal is French, but here is English. I can make life. But I understand you don't want to be with me. And I did. I helped her. But when the mind she had was, because of me, she was coming. I'm thinking I'm helping. And when she came, that was my biggest mistake I made in my life. She found a way to convince me and to be sad, and I felt sorry for her. And one thing we African men, we do, African people, we always looking at God, and we are forgiving people, and we are being tortured. Please, sometimes we need to put that aside, godness, and deal with this fact. But I look in the sky and I say, God, this person helped me, so I need to help her. And that got me here. When they came, I find a place for them. They asked me to buy a car for them with their money, and I helped them and I got everything. And I take them from the airport and I bring them to their place. I walk away. She started complaining, this and this and this. And in that moment too, financial was hard for us. So I said, okay, I'm going to speak to my wife to see what we can do. Maybe you can move in one of the rooms in our house, and then we can do. Maybe the money too that you have to pay for somebody can help us to continue to pay for our house. Brethren, that was the biggest mistake I've ever made in my life. And I will never forgive myself until I go to my grave with it. I did that. My wife accepted it because she believed that it was over between me and her. But sometimes our head is not like coconut or watermelon, that you can crack it and to know if there's water in it or there is food in it. Or if it's watermelon, the inside is red and is more tasty or not. You cannot break nobody's head. Even if you break their head, you can never know what they are thinking. Unfortunately, she had her own plan. When she got into the house, when my wife is not there, she will be flirting and flirting. Man, I fall for it. And I went through that. I messed up everything with her. Keep on getting up night, having sex with her because she wants to. I will give you this money if you come and spend night with me. I will do this if you spend night with me. Because financially and everything I bought the house with, I didn't want her to see me and my family back in an apartment. So I keep sacrificing myself for this girl. It reached a point I would tell my wife, look at these text messages this girl is sending. And she wants me to come to her room because she wants to talk to me. And because of this money situation, she said, go. Some days too, my wife will cry about the situation. and I will tell my wife. Then I'm going to go see her and tell her to leave. On my halfway to her room, my wife will call me back and say, no, we need this money to keep this house. We both made a big mistake. And we got ourselves here. And my wife was watching my phones and reading the text. And she got hurt and hurt and hurt because of that. Excuse me. All what I'm saying is, please, if you're a man or a woman, please give your husband attention and give your wife attention. Please cherish what you have, your kids, your wife. Please take a second and look at them and be happy with them. Don't let any woman on this earth change your mind over them. Please take my lesson. Believe me, you can enjoy sex a day, a month, a year, but your kids will go through it for the rest of their life. Me and my wife separated. I did everything I have to do to get her back. Everything. But no. The funny thing is, I fought. You know, Africans. We will call our mother, we will call our father, we will call family members to come. And this woman too is a Caribbean. So while I am doing the African way, she's thinking, I want everybody to know our business. But you are angry at me. So me coming to you is a problem. So I need to bring somebody that you are not angry with, so that they can be able to talk to you, because you will hear them more than me of my guilt. No. None of these girls' friends even call to know what is going on. And that is one thing I'm telling you. If you have a wife, be careful the friends you have. Because if you have a wife friends that support your wife of everything your wife would do, get these people out of your wife's life. Because when problem comes, they will not think of putting you guys together. They will support her in any fuckery. Any fuckery, they will support her. Even if they know she's sinking, they will fuckery support her. And each of them have even a house or even married, but they want to tell us our married dad. Then let him go. But first of all, Beyonce and Jay-Z, Beyonce makes songs talking about put a ring on it. If he doesn't love you, let him go. All sorts of things. But when Jay-Z cheated, please, she made a song about it, Lemonade, make millions on it, and still went back and take the husband. After that, what did they do? They had a twins. But you are listening to them making life on their song, when they just sit and think and write, and then they let it out. Wendy Williams sit on TV show, talk about Kardashian, talks about people's marriage, when she knows her marriage is even worse. And you let those people advise you on your marriage. Anyways, I did it in an African way. And this woman thought that everybody have to know her business, then she doesn't. I called my pastor, everybody sat her down. The problem is, while I was begging, this woman had other things going on the side. And I really don't want to bring it into this, because it have nothing to do with her. Because I'm not saying she's perfect. If I say the things she did, everybody will think different now. But I'm talking about me as a man. I never knew how family is important is. Because me and my father and my mother were never born, and my sister. Today is the first day of 2019. First, I spent my Christmas with my kids, my New Year with my kids, half day. Then I stayed here by myself when I have mother and father and everybody. My sister stayed with her own, my father stayed by herself, my mother stayed by herself. That is the family I'm raising. And now it's happening to me in my family. But I realize that family is important. Please, friends are nothing. They are good, yes, when you are in trouble. But you need friends that understand family. Because family is important than friends. Not family as extended family. Because remember, me, I create my kids and my wife. That is my family. You know Peter from P Square. He says, me and my brother, we are twins. We are twins. But me and my brother are fighting. And I have my wife and kids, and he have his wife and kids. But my brother is talking bad about my wife. Now, do I choose my wife or do I choose my twin brother? So which one is my blood? Is it my brother or my wife and kids is my blood? And his explanation is that my wife and kids is my blood, not my brother. Because I have to leave. The Bible says a man have to leave his family to go make his own. Me, I am my father's family. And I make my own family. And then my kids will make their own family. So I have to care for my 3 daughters. And then my daughters have to care for their own. But when I make up my mind that my family is my mother and father, yes, it's true, they are your family. But your father is the one supposed to handle that. And you're supposed to handle yours. But if your father failed to put you guys together, that is your father's fault, not you. But if you fail to put yours together, that is you, not anybody's fault. I failed to put mine together, my father failed to put his together. I love this woman very well. And I've learned a lot out of this situation. And to be honest with you, I am very glad that I went through this. Because it made me know how much important family is. She's a good person. I know a lot have gone wrong, that we both cannot forgive each other because a lot of things went wrong. But most important is, I love my kids very well. And a lot of parents say they will do anything for their kids. I can sleep with my enemy for my kids. I can go to prison for my kids. I can die for my kids. And that is the honest truth. I can walk in fire for my kids. Honestly and sincerely. Honestly and sincerely. I really want to make this thing work for the sake of my kids. I really want to make this thing work and mean necessary. I did everything a man to do. I had a pastor that I believe in Africa. And he went through everything. He told me, Prince, you guys will come back together. Trust me, you will come back together. Because that is the end, not the end of your journey. It was the beginning of your marriage. That is not the end of it. It was the beginning of it. But one thing God hates is pride. And that is the pride that is making you. I am ready to do anything. You know, there is a lot to say. And I know that you guys are listening. And it hurt that if I say the things that I, as a man, can let it go to be with her. And I will tell you what I have done, you'll be like, then I'm a man enough. But saying this, it seems like I'm putting our business. That is how she will see it. But I will sell my soul to the devil to make sure my kids spend their life with me, to experience love that I didn't experience. Jesus died for us because that is what he did. So if I have to do the same for my kids, I will do it. And if it's selling my soul for the devil, I will sell it. But it means God in heaven knows I protect what he gave me to protect. The family. Bob Marley says, if you are poor because you are taking care of your family, you are not poor. But if you are poor because you are wasting money, that means you are poor.